Halo is a science fiction adventure story set in the 26th century about the Human Covenant War, and particularly the people of the UNSC and Master Chief and his journey to discover his own humanity while saving humanity.
There's a lot of similarities. I mean, they're both sort of huge world-building experiences. I will say that I'm much more used to building in virtual worlds where, frankly, some things are much easier to do. But at the end of the day, they're both creative endeavors, and they're both about giving people an opportunity to step into the world, right? So it's about sort of having crisp vision and telling a story in a way that people can connect with, and having an amazing team to work with. It's just the building process is a little bit different. We can't iterate in quite the same way in film the way that we do in video games. We get to keep going back. With this, you make a decision and you go, and that's it. It's in the can. So it was an incredible experience.
It is in so many ways familiar and yet slightly different. I mean, I'm doing performance capture for the show, which is what I have done in the game. So technically, it feels familiar, though it's a modality within a modality, right? So it's slightly different. The stakes somehow feel a little bit bigger. And yes, we have less time. We're rushed a little bit more. But yeah, the stakes feel larger to me as far as everything. The story feels bigger to me, feels somehow broader to me. So there's so many similarities, and yet it's slightly more expansive.
The differences, I think, all revolve around tailoring the entertainment to the medium. And when you're talking about Halo, you're talking about a first-person shooter video game where you're asked to be the Master Chief. And so it's a character that's, vague, and there's not a ton of character description or backstory. Because you're meant to feel like you're him, and you're meant to fill out all the places that are unfilled in that character with your own personality. Now we're making a television show, and we're tailoring our medium tailoring the entertainment to the medium. And it's very important to get to know your character. It's very important to empathize with your character. For long-form storytelling in television, you really have to feel like you're going on the journey with the character. So the differences are all to the medium. And the process of the first season really is breaking down and getting to know the Chief and his humanity in a way that you never did in the video game, and filling in those places that we've all filled in with our own personalities when we play it as the video game player. Now we're filling that in with character and story and the process of Chief discovering his humanity.
It's an honor. I think that I'm very conscious of how much the fans love Miranda, and I'm super excited for them to see more of her, because I think that one thing I've seen is that there's maybe not enough of knowing about the rest of Miranda's life, or that her journey isn't explored enough. And so I'm super excited for everyone to get to see more of her and different sides to her.
I think the game gave, as everyone's shared, I guess, a great sort of like a tent peg, in the ground of where you need to start and what you need to sort of flourish from. And so I kind of feel that now we're on a path to doing more and more and more with all the characters, and kind of drilling into what really makes them tick, what their history is, motivations, what their worldview is, as they're all very conflicted and very different. And that creates great drama in whatever field or sort of genre you're working in. And I think this is no different. We all came into it because we wanted to play great characters who have a lot of complexity and conflict. And yeah, I guess bringing it to TV enables us to explore all of that. In a game, yeah, you're limited by the medium to a degree.
It's so much fun. To be part of such a massive franchise is where there's a lot of pressure. But actually, I found it really freeing to play someone new and to have those conversations with the directors and Steve, and just being able to bring her to life and just tell a story of hope and figuring out what her purpose is in life, who she is. And yeah, it's just telling a really, really amazing story about a young girl who is just a badass. Yeah.
They want to get the Halo story out there in different media and different ways, and being conscious that we don't just want to retell the video game in TV form. We wanted to bring the Halo ethos to a new medium, and also explore this not only deep but wide canon that you don't get from the game. It's rare to find a video game with such depth beneath it. Novels and stories, and so we were able to pick from different, from games, from books, from graphic novels, from all sorts of places, find, little characters who had been undeveloped or not really fleshed out yet, bring them to life, invent new characters, show audiences worlds beyond what the game is, and really world build in a bigger way to kind of bring this amazing canon to life, and really expose people who may have no experience with the game or the media, the literature, to this world, and get them to enjoy it. And I felt like sort of our job was to be a tour guide for the uninitiated, as well as giving rewards to the deep fans, to the core lovers who give them all the Easter eggs and the stories they love, but also bring a new person in and just give them a great drama, a great story of hope, humanity, and war, and capture the spirit, the awe, the wonder, the hope, the humanity of what Halo really stands for.
Frankly, we've always been on the game during the game, gaming in an interactive week. So I kind of feel like we hopped the fence and came over to film and television week. It's amazing. Like we have so much love for the universe and the opportunity to share the Halo universe as something more than just the game. The game is our core DNA, but behind that game are characters and events and this sort of epic universe, and expressing it and telling the kind of character story that we've kind of always wanted to tell. And it's just it's a different challenge in a first-person game. So to be here and to be able to screen it with the audience here and introduce Halo to a new audience, it's super exciting. Like, it just feels, we've always believed in Halo as something that could exist across mediums, and this really has reinforced that for us.
Yeah, South by Southwest is a perfect place to launch Halo. It's just a great audiences, great fans, and it's just a great town. And it's been, for me, 3 years, for Kiki, a decade, for all of us, just a labor of love. And so we're just overjoyed to be able to actually finally show it to y'all. Notice how I said y'all there? It was an effort from a guy from New Jersey there. Yeah.